In true crime, there is little more sinister and disheartening than finding out someone has been abducted and murdered by someone they should have been able to trust. We see it all too often, but it always comes as something of a body blow, a smack in the face of all that is good and decent. This kind of betrayal often comes with an abuse of authority, and is the very embodiment of the metaphor wolf in sheep's clothing. In today's case, an upset woman who had been drinking at a friend's party, so was therefore vulnerable following an argument with her boyfriend, is approached by someone who initially seemed well-meaning and with her best interests in mind. But the only interests in his mind were his own. And what he did to this young lady sparked a rapid and alarming downward spiral for the perpetrator. This is the heartbreaking case of Kaylee Sawyer, and this is Murder of Crows. It was the 23rd of July 2016 and 23-year-old Kaylee Sawyer was in Bend, Oregon. She was attending her friend's bachelorette party, a fancy way of saying hen party, I'll wager, and I hope with every fibre of my being that they're fancier in every other way, given my limited experience of British hen parties. Either way, Kaylee was excited and was looking forward to the evening. She seemed to have a great time, but by midnight she was ready to leave. She called her boyfriend Cameron Reemhofer, who she lived with on the college campus, and he said he'd come out to pick her up soon. She was in good spirits as she waited with some of her friends at a restaurant in downtown Bend. So far, so fairy tale. But on the way home, the couple had an argument in the car. So when they arrived at the parking lot, Kaylee decided to stay in the car to let the dust settle, while Cameron went inside, taking some deep breaths as he went. It was a nothing argument, but both parties wanted a few minutes just to let the immediate anger pass. A perfectly sensible thing to do. When Kaylee had not appeared in the apartment after about 10 minutes, Cameron went to wave the white flag and tell her to come inside. But Kaylee was not in the car. Kaylee Sawyer had vanished. The next morning, Kaylee had not turned up for her job as a dental assistant with the Aubrey Dental Group. Now, this was unheard of for Kaylee, and her mother and, of course, Cameron were now very worried, and Cameron called 911 to report her missing.
Dispatch, how can I help you? Hello?
Hi. I'm not sure if this is quite the right number to call. Last night I got home from the bars with my girlfriend, and she got upset at me and ran off.
Mm-hmm.
And I chased her and wasn't able to find her, and I still haven't heard from her. Her phone's off. I called all her family, and they haven't heard from her, so I'm wondering what you recommend I do.
We can put in a call, and we can have officers or deputies look for her.
Okay.
And where was she last seen at?
College Way.
College and what?
Alpine Meadows apartment complex. It's like at the top of College Way.
In that apartment complex?
Yes.
In a specific apartment or
In the parking lot.
just in the parking lot? You guys don't live there? Or?
Yes, we live there together.
Okay, what's the address? And what's the apartment number? And this is her address as well, the Aubrey Pines.
Yes.
Okay. And it was last night?
Yeah.
About what time?
It was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Take out walking or something from this address? Like, she was mad?
Yeah, she was mad at me, so I walked inside and told her to come meet me, and then when she's like, calm down. And then I went back out in 10 minutes, and she was gone. And I called her a few times, and she said she was walking down the street. And then I guess she said her phone was about to die, and then I couldn't get a hold of her after that. I haven't heard from her since.
Okay. She took off on foot?
Yes.
What's her last name?
Sawyer?
S-A-W-Y-E-R?
Yes.
First name?
Kaylee? K-A-Y-L-E-E.
And what's her date of birth?
March 2nd, 1993.
And she's got her phone with her?
She did last I saw her, but it's been dead all day, and
what's the phone
I
number?
imagine she would charge it. Let me look at my phone real quick.
Sure.
All right.
Do you know what carrier it is?
It is Verizon.
And does she have a vehicle? Is it parked in the parking lot, or?
She has a vehicle. It's parked at her friend's house, and I've been over there and talked to her friend, and she hasn't heard from her either.
And the vehicle's still there?
Yep.
What's the color, make, and model?
It's a Subaru Impreza, and it's like a dark grayish blue.
Do you happen to know the plate on it?
I don't.
That's fine. And it's parked at a friend's house?
Yes.
Any idea where she would go, or?
I don't know. I figured she'd go where her car was, her best friend's or her mom's. I've been over to both, talked to her dad, and I just haven't heard anything from anybody knowing this.
Okay.
Dispatch, how can I help you?
Yes, I need to have an officer call me. My daughter is missing, and she is over 23, but she has epilepsy and some medical issues.
What's the address that she's missing from?
It's her boyfriend's. She and her boyfriend, they live up at the Regency by COCC. I don't have the exact address.
Okay. Are you able to get it?
I'm driving up there right now to talk with him and see what's going on so I can call back with that. But her boyfriend did call, and the police officer said, well, just keep looking for her. And
what's the phone number he would have called from? Do you know?
Oh, gosh. Do you know Cam's phone number? Okay. I know. We just need it for the... Yeah.
All right. And what is your name?
My name is Julie, Juli. Last name Van Cleve, VanCleve. Cleave.
And your phone number? Okay, I'm going to have the officer who spoke with her boyfriend earlier give you a call, okay?
In a seemingly unrelated event, a woman named Isabel Ponce Lara had gone to the police on the Monday morning, which would have been the 25th of July, with a rather disturbing report. She said that her husband, Edwin Lara, had confessed to her that he had accidentally killed a woman. Lara was a campus security guard at the Central Oregon Community College, where he worked night shifts. He was working the night of 23rd of July, and Isabel had texted him at around 11:30 p.m. before going to sleep. Then when she awoke the next morning at around 8 a.m., he was beside her in bed as normal. They went to church that Sunday morning as they normally would, and Lara seemed subdued. But they had been having arguments in the recent days, and Isabel was keen not to rock the boat, so she just decided to leave him to his sullenness. He seemed to bounce back as the day went on, and the couple went to the movies together that evening. Huzzah, the moody bugger had snapped out of it. But it would be the next morning, Monday the 25th of July, that Isabel would find out why Lara had been so out of sorts. He said that he had hit someone, a woman, with his security vehicle, and panicked after finding her dead, so decided to hide her body. As you do. He said he'd put her stuff in the shed, and his increasing anxiety meant he needed to take some time to think, so he took Isabel's handgun and drove away in his Nissan Altima. Now, Isabel was at a loss for words, but could not, in all good conscience, do nothing with what she knew. So she went to the police to report what she had been told.
Lunch that day, or contacted you any time during his work day?
Saturday, I think I called them. I think I called him around 7 or 6.
Okay. That be on your phone?
Yeah.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah, and then did I call him again? I think I did call him again. Towards like around 10 maybe. Or was it? No, I think it was text messages. And then that was it.
Did he respond to your text?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was that text?
So, it's do I have them here? Yeah, it was late. It was 11:30. We were talking about this slideshow that he had done, and he asked me to fix it, and I was just telling him that he had, he had done too much on the slideshow.
On the light show?
A slideshow.
Slideshow, okay.
It's like the PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm, yep.
That's what it was.
Okay. Normal conversation as far as, okay. And then you, what time do you remember him coming home?
That was it. I don't remember what time he got home.
Did you just go to sleep like normal at your own house?
Yeah, I went to sleep. For the most part, I feel when he gets home, but that day I didn't.
Okay. What time did you wake up? Well, what time did you go to bed, and then what time did you wake
So I
up?
went to bed, I would say, a little bit after the text message, so I would say closer to midnight.
Okay. And did you wake up in the night at all?
I don't remember waking up at all.
Okay. And how did your morning go?
So I woke up. He told me, "Oh, you're getting up already?" Because usually he's sleeping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm already awake." I'm like, "But you could continue sleeping." So he stayed in bed and I got up. I went outside, I turned on the water, sprinklers, turned on TV, was watching TV, and I was just waiting for him to get up so we could start the morning. So he comes out of the room and his eyes were all teary. That's what I'm like, "What happened? Tell me what happened. What's wrong?" So he sits on the sofa. I turn off the TV, and then he just says that. He's like, I kill a woman, that's what he said. And I'm like, "What do you mean?" Then he's like, "I hit her with the car."
And did he tell you which car?
He said the security, the job, the car that they used at the job.
And what did you say to that?
So I'm like, "What do you mean? What do you mean you hit her?" And he's like, "Yeah, I hit her and I panicked." And I'm like, what do you mean by you hit her panicking? What did you do?"
Did he say, "I hit her in a panic"?
He said, I don't remember exactly the words that he said, but he said something that he hit her with the car,
Yeah.
and then he panicked.
Okay.
When police searched the shed, they found high heels and the purse, as you'll have guessed by now, belonging to Kaylee Sawyer. They also found a bloody rock and clumps of hair, as well as Lara's work boots with blood on them. In an aside which may or may not have been relevant to their investigation, they also found a school project display that Lara had made and had kept in pristine condition, and this project was based on the life of Angel Resendez Ramirez, the so-called railway killer. Clearly the police needed to apprehend and question Edwin Lara as a matter of urgency, but he was nowhere to be found. This is what Edwin Lara actually did after leaving his home on the morning of Monday the 25th of July 2016. He first drove to his parents' home, where he left his Nissan Altima and took their Subaru Legacy. When police later found his Nissan, there was dry blood in the boot and blood and hair on the rear bumper. Ominous indeed. Lara drove the Subaru to Salem, Oregon, and parked in front of a store. Also parked there in a gold Volvo was 19-year-old Andrea Mays. She was obviously taking a selfie and uploading it to social media. And while she was otherwise distracted, Lara got into the car beside her, pointed his gun at her, and told her to drive away. He forced her to drive to California. Their ultimate destination was unknown, as the car broke down in Eureka. Lara took Andrea to a motel, and as he wanted to keep changing his vehicle, Lara saw Jack Levy standing next to his car, so Lara pointed his gun at Levy and demanded the car keys. But when Levy tried to raise the alarm, Lara shot him in the stomach and took his car anyway, forcing Andrea to once again accompany him. Now, sometime later at a gas station, Lara was keen to change vehicles again. When a man was in the store at the gas station, Lara took Andrea and stole his car. But there was one tiny little problem. There was a woman in the car who was with her 2 teenage grandsons. So our unlikely road trip companions were being driven south on Interstate 15, while Lara told them all the story of what had happened to him since the weekend. Having been driven to kill in Bend, Oregon, and everything that had happened since then. In a strange show of restraint, Lara then left the woman and her grandsons on the side of the road, but insisted that Andrea remain with him. And not only that, Lara also insisted that Andrea record a video of him on her phone and post it to Facebook. In the video, Lara admitted and apologized for his crimes and said he wanted to turn himself in, at the same time pleading with police not to shoot at them.
Hi everybody, I just want to say that I apologize for everything I've done. Most likely I'm going to get caught. And sorry about that girl in Central Oregon. And I just want to let family members, Andrea, that she's fine and she will be fine because so far she's been doing what I've been told her to do. You know, and if you guys are wondering if I have done dirty things to her, no. All right, I'm not that kind of guy. You know, I used to kill that other girl, you know, and I regret it. I regret killing her. You know, she's kept screaming and I had to silence her forever. So, you know, like I say, she's still fine. We're driving, and she'll be home pretty soon. I'm sorry to her grandma and her family members, to her boyfriend. You know, I'm sorry for everything that I caused. Okay, and you'll see her pretty soon. Okay, tell the cops that not to shoot us, because if they shoot us, then that's not my fault. Okay, but sorry, everybody. Bye.
Following this, he called 911 himself at around 6:30 a.m. on the 26th of July.
911 emergency reporting.
Yes, hi. This is Edwin, Lara, and I'm the guy on Interstate 5 going at high speed. I know you guys have the chopper on me already.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just want to say I am going to turn myself in.
Okay, where are you at?
Okay, I'm on I-5. I think close to Redding, if I'm right. So, you know, I am wanted for murder in the state of Oregon.
Okay. Edwin,
Yeah.
where are you at right now? Can you stop?
I am going to stop once I hit Redding. Once I'm in Redding, I'm going to stop.
Okay, can you tell me where you are right now?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Let's see. There's a sign right here. 50 miles from Redding.
You're 50 miles
Or
away.
wait,
Can
wait,
you see a mile mark or
Corning.
anything?
From Corning.
You're 50
So
miles from Corning.
Yeah, 50 miles from Corning. 50 miles south or north of Corning.
Are you by yourself or?
No, I have someone with me. I kidnapped her in Oregon. She's innocent. Her name is Andrea. What's your last name?
He doesn't know.
I'll let her give her last name so you can call her family, okay?
Okay.
Just give me a second.
What's your name?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. What's your name?
Andrea?
Andrea, what's your last name?
Maes, M-A-E-S.
Okay, are you hurt at all, Andrea?
No.
No? Okay. Do you know where you are? Let me talk to Edwin again.
Okay. Guys.
Hello?
Yeah, Edwin, you're heading southbound on 5?
Yeah, I'm heading southbound on 5. I'm
Did
50
you make
miles
it past?
away.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did you make it past Reading yet?
I think I did. I'm 50 miles from Corning.
You're 50 miles from Corning?
Yeah, 15.
Oh, 15 miles from Corning.
Yes. So I'm passing a state trooper, a highway patrol right now.
You're what, sir?
I'm passing a highway patrol.
Okay, where are you at, though?
I am Flores Avenue, 1 mile from Flores Avenue.
1 mile from Flores. Are you able
Yes.
to safely find somewhere to stop?
I'm not going to stop right here. I'm just going to turn myself in Corning. Okay.
Are you going to Corning Police, or where are you going?
Yeah, I'm going to Corning Police. But I want to ask you a favor.
Uh-huh.
So I have asthma.
You have asthma? Okay.
Yeah, so you tell them not to be too rough on me because, you know, I can barely breathe right now. All right, so that's all I wanted to say.
Do you
know,
need
I don't
any
want.
kind of medical, or?
Yeah, well, I think so. I'm gonna need my inhaler. I forgot my inhaler at home. You know, I went all over Salem, Oregon, looking for an inhaler, but I guess they don't sell it. You know, behind the counter or out of counter. So.
Edwin, how fast are you going?
I'm going about 120 miles an hour
You're
right
about
now.
120 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Can you slow down?
Well, I want to make it there quick. That way I can turn myself in.
Well, the officer sees you with that. We just don't want you to speed away from anything. If you can stop and just give yourself in, it'll probably be easier.
Well, there's an officer behind me right now.
Okay, they see you. We're talking to him. They see you.
Yeah, she's seeing me. I think it's a she. She's right behind me.
Okay. The officer sees you, and are you able to safely stop?
Yeah, I can stop, but not right now. I'll stop in Corning.
What's the difference from stopping now in Corning?
I just don't want to stop right here in the middle of the road, you know, putting myself in danger and putting everybody else in danger, more in danger, I guess.
You know, they won't. They're aware. I'll let them know they won't. But if you can stop safely, they just don't want you to run. They think you're trying to run or anything.
Okay.
Edwin, do you have any weapons with you?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I do have a gun on me. I am not going to flash the gun, so you tell them not to shoot me.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to die.
Okay, you stick by your word, though. I'll let them know.
Yeah, I'm going to let them know. You know, don't hurt Andrea. You know, she's a nice girl. You know, don't hurt her. I'm actually calling my family just to say bye to them. So once I'm done calling all my family, then I'll...
He gave his location as being on a highway near Redding, California. And the police eventually located him, pulled him over, and arrested him peacefully.
You can copy that. We're at Sourgrass. He's in number 2, slowing down to 57. He's hitting his brakes here.
We're southbound at Sourgrass.
Reading 52 is yielding at Sourgrass. Number 2, kind of yielding, 35.
We're kind of yielding 35 miles an hour at Sourgrass.
Reading 52, he stopped. Sourgrass. I'm going to initiate the felony stop here.
Felony stop in progress, southbound at Sourgrass.
Get your hands up! Get them up! Step out of the vehicle! You got me? Step out of the vehicle! Turn around! Turn around! Keep turning around! Walk back! Step over to your right! Step over to your right! Away from traffic. Drop down to your knees. Don't move.
Yeah, it's all right. How you guys doing running this? Pretty good?
Lara confessed to everything, including Kaylee's murder, kidnapping Andrea, the shooting of Jack Levy at the motel, and the carjacking of the family at the gas station.
Right now. And so I need you to remember that it doesn't matter so much about what happened, it's what you do now.
Yeah. And you know this, man.
A man wants to do a map.
So before, can I say the story what happened first?
Yeah, as you're drawing, please, or whatever you'd like to do. Start to do a map first. You want us to get you out of that stuff?
Highway from, yeah.
Okay, but you ask if we can get him out of this stuff so we can
The
drive.
highway from Redmond to Salem, that's 120, right?
I think it's 126.
126.
Yeah, we'll get you out of those things. Yeah.
We're working.
All right, checking the box. So we're gonna get somebody to get you out of this, man. I mean, so that's highway 126.
126 highway.
Mm-hmm.
That's going towards Salem.
Correct.
Do you know that the Chutes River?
The Chutes River.
That's
Okay, are we
Chutes River.
closer to Redmond?
Closer to Redmond?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so about, I'm thinking maybe not even 10 miles. Just keep going.
Okay.
There's a mailbox right here. It reads 18700. It's right across it.
It's gonna be on the south side of the road. So if this is north, like the,
Yeah, that's north, it's gonna be on the south side.
okay. And this is gonna be east towards Redmond, correct? And this is gonna be west towards Sisters?
You're okay with him to come?
One time. Are you left or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Here? Yeah. This is a map he's driven.
Yeah.
This is the Deschutes River, Highway 126 from Redmond towards Sisters.
Yeah.
There's a mailbox with this number on it. He said it's directly across from this mailbox on the south side of the highway. How far off the highway?
It's just right there. You'll see it right away.
It says you'll see it right away.
Buried in the ditch.
Is it buried or?
It's not buried. It's
Just in the ditch itself?
It's just in the ditch.
Okay, south side of the highway across from that mailbox. Correct.
You're doing good, Edwin. You know what? This is not easy. Well, you might be a little bit scared. We're going to hear what you have to say. We really, really want to. I'm thankful, and so is Sergeant Beckwith, that you know what the right thing to do is right now, and that's to help us locate her, for her family, for the community, for us, for you, for your wife, all that good stuff, okay? So I'm thankful to you. I want to say that right away, that you hear what this man has to say, and that you've got a heart inside of you. And I know, because I was in your house, I saw the Bible, I know you thumb through it a lot. I see that you've tithed for months consecutively. I know you have God in your heart, okay? And that's just not a trick, that's eternal, right? You know that. But I'm not talking about this moment, I'm talking about the big picture, okay? And so I appreciate your honesty.
So, what happened, man? What happened? Like the straight up, what happened?
So I was putting the signs up where there was an event going on.
It's a college.
cyclist event or whatever. You know, I was in a hurry because I wanted to get out of there. And I was gonna turn south on College Way on the D4 lot. So I was gonna turn south on the do not enter area there. And I didn't see her, she was wearing all black. So I was in a hurry, so it was my fault. And I wasn't expecting anybody, you know, at that time of night, so I just turned and I mean, I didn't hit her that hard. I just bumped her with the patrol car, bumped her with the front rack. And she fell down, and at first I thought, you know, first thing I was, oh, I killed her, you know, but I didn't hit her that hard. So I got off the car, and she was really drunk, and then she looks at me, and then she started screaming.
She started screaming,
yeah,
or you did?
She did. So I panicked, and I just grabbed her by the throat, and I told her, shut up, shut up, shut up. So she passed out. Put her on the back of the patrol car, drove her up the B12 lot, and then I was panicking, I didn't know what to do. She already seen me, she saw my face, so I opened the door, and that's when she came back. She started screaming again, so I grabbed the chokehold, and I was telling her, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. She was just struggling to scream. So I threw her down and I hit her with a rock on the head. After that, I dragged her body behind a tree there and I hit her with another rock. And that's when I think she died because I heard her breathing, her last breath. And then with her body there, I went to the sauna gym. I tried to wash off all the dirt from my clothes. I had a stain on my shirt. I was wearing the bike patrol shirt. I had a red stain. I couldn't take that off, so I started washing my pants and my boots on the sauna gym. I went into the men's restroom right in front of the main entrance of the south entrance of the Zama. Then after being there, I just walked towards the women's gym or shower, and I went into the shower and I started washing off all the dirt from my pants. And then I looked at the watch and it was like 1:50 or whatever, and my shift was almost over. And I know Adam Nieder was in the office, so I'm like, hey, you know, I'm usually never late. I'm out of here right when my shift ends, so I better get there. So I got there like around 2:01 or something like that. I was full of dirt, and he wanted to talk to me about something. And I wasn't facing him because I saw this scratch in my face. And I was scared that he was gonna see it because I knew that you guys were gonna investigate us. I knew that for a fact because I'm not dealing with stupid people, right?
Yeah.
So I panicked and, you know, I just let him talk and I acted like I was doing something on the computer and I was just saying, oh, yes, yes. And I tried telling him something, but I was so nervous that I don't think he was able to understand me, what I was saying. He goes, what? And I said it again, and he wasn't able to understand me again. So at the end, I think he just left it like that. You know, he didn't ask me any more questions. But I don't think he realized anything bad, you know. I just think he probably thought I was tired or something. Because I told him, you know, I'm tired, I want to go home. Then, when I was walking out, I'm like, okay, I need to get rid of her because if they
find her up in the boy 12 lot. They're gonna know it was one of us, and it's gonna be me because Adam was in the office, all night long, right, doing some paperwork. So I drove back up there. I put on my car. I grab a trash can first from the Boyle Education Center, from the custodial room. I grabbed a trash can or trash bag. I drove up the hill again.
Kaylee's autopsy showed that she was killed by blunt force trauma, with an object striking her in the head. So it was hardly the accident that Lara originally painted it as. But he did not persist with this narrative, with him saying, "So I think all throughout my life I have struggled with somehow the urge to kill. But what has helped me not develop that, in a sense, is when I married my wife." In a curious parallel, the railroad killer, who had been profiled in Lara's school project, always killed victims by blunt force trauma to the head, using objects found at the scene, as Lara did with the bloody rock used to bludgeon Kaylee, and that Lara had put into his shed after the fact. It seems that Lara was driving his security vehicle when he saw Kaylee, and after he put her in the car, or otherwise convinced her to get into the car, because the car was fitted with a rear cage and the doors could not be opened from the inside, once she was inside, she had no way of getting out of the car. Lara drove her to a secluded parking lot where he killed her. He also allegedly sexually assaulted her too, but this was hard to prove definitively after her body was discovered on the side of the road in the area of 18,700 West Highway 126. And despite his other confessions, he refused to confess to sexually assaulting Kaylee. In the aftermath of Kaylee's murder, the Oregon Senate unanimously passed SB 576, also known as Kaylee's Law. And this was a bill that had been carried by Senator Tim Knopp, the representative serving Bend, Oregon. And this law was focused on an overall security reform, helping to better define police forces and campus security forces. When the case came to trial in 2018, Lara was offered a plea deal where the sexual assault charge would not be pursued. He was ultimately sentenced to 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole for the murder, kidnapping, and carjacking. Jack Levy, the man Lara had shot in the stomach, although critically injured at the time, managed to survive his ordeal.
In the state of Oregon would just hand him over to me and allow me to administer the death sentence.
I want to tell you where the body is. Some pretty emotional testimony from the family of an Oregon college student who was murdered a year and a half ago. Today, Edwin Lara pleaded guilty to murdering Kaylee Sawyer. This is KOIN 6 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Jennifer Hoff.
And I'm Dan Tilkin. Now, this plea means the campus security guard will avoid a possible death sentence for the murder of the 23-year-old woman.
Our Amy Frazier is in Bend for today's emotional sentencing hearing and joins us now with these breaking details. Amy?
Yeah, that's right. We just found out a little while ago that the judge has sentenced Edwin Lara to spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of release, without the possibility of parole. Now, today, Kaylee Sawyer's friends and family faced her killer. They packed the courtroom here today and shared with the judge their anger and their tears. In the Deschutes County courtroom, 32-year-old Edwin Lara pleaded guilty to 1 count of aggravated murder. In July of 2016, Kaylee went for a late-night walk. Lara, who was working as a security guard at Central Oregon Community College, lured and trapped her in the back seat of his patrol car meant for transporting people in custody. Prosecutors say he took her purse and phone and drove her to a remote parking lot on campus. Prosecutors say he sexually assaulted her, and Kaylee fought for her life. Lara then, we're told, used a large rock to kill her and then dumped her body off the highway near Redmond. Then investigators say he went on a multi-state crime spree, kidnapping a woman in Salem and driving to California, where he's accused of shooting a man and carjacking a family before being caught. Now, just before being sentenced today, Lara addressed Kaylee's family and the court.
God Almighty, who art in heaven, Elohim Adonai, I'll ask you, please, heal the hearts, all those broken hearts of this community.
I don't know where the body is, but I don't.
All along, Kaylee's family has said they want her to be remembered for the joy and the love that she brought to life. They say justice is now served, but it doesn't ease their pain. Again, Edwin Lara will spend the rest of his life in prison without, we're told, any chance of ever getting out. Reporting live in Deschutes County, Amy Frazier, KOIN 6 News.
In terms of impact on victims and the families of victims, their experiences are best exhibited through quotes from Kaylee's mother, Julie Walden Van Cleve, and from his kidnapping victim, Andrea Mays, who suffered a terrifying ordeal at Lara's hands. Kaylee's mother, addressing Lara, said, "You have failed to silence her. I'll always be the mother of a murder victim, but your mother will always be the mother of a murderer and a rapist." While Andrea also directed her comments at Lara, with her saying, "You thought you stole my life from me, but I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. I'm a warrior. I'm stronger than I've ever been. And you're going to rot where you belong." And that was the story of how a lone female in a parking lot triggered a long dormant desire to kill within a security guard that Kaylee should have been able to trust. After killing her, Lara continued to show his true self in a series of increasingly desperate events, before finally giving up with barely a whimper. This video is dedicated to all of those touched by Edwin Lara's 3-day crime spree, after he gave in to his urges and bludgeoned an innocent young woman to death. I hope Kaylee's friends and family have been able to navigate their grief and their loss, and that the surviving victims have been able to process their traumatic experiences and move on with their lives. Thank you for watching another episode of Murder of Crows. I'm Steve. This fat moggy is Samson. And we will see you when we see you.